What's up, guys? Scott from Overland. So today I'm getting ready for a trip next weekend. I've got the rooftop tent opened up, airing it out. I'm washing the blankets and stuff that was in there, and I've got everything out that I normally take with me. Mine is a couple of things, but a lot of the stuff I don't use anymore. So I've got it all out here. I just want to go through it real quick, show you what I still use and what I no longer use, and just a quick reasons why. This works for me, may not work for you, and I'm constantly changing my setup every time I go out, so it's ever evolving. So anyway, let's get to it. All right, so it's pretty windy out here. I'm gonna take the Osmo around and show you all this stuff that I'm talking about, but with the wind back here, we might get some wind noise on this mic, so I'm gonna leave this camera running as well, so that way, either way, hopefully we should have some good audio. But let's get started. All right, so first off, the chair. This the one on the left is a trail chair. I'm not even sure. I got it from Amazon.co.uk or whatever, and it was like 30 something pounds, but it's worth it. It's beefy, it holds up, and it doesn't get uncomfortable, I don't think. The next one's one of the cheap like chairs you get from like Walmart or something like that. A little bit more expensive, probably not the cheapest one, but it does all right. I like to take that as a spare, and also just in case anybody comes with me. The Goal Zero Yeti. Now the thing, I love this thing, but it's got this error on here now. This little battery with an exclamation point in it basically means that the internal battery is failing. I haven't had any issues with it yet, but it's saying that I might. So I've messaged the company. I haven't heard from them yet, so we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I love this thing. It runs my Dometic 40 fridge, which isn't out here, it's inside, but that thing's amazing. I love the Dometic. But anyway, down here, just a little step stool to help me get around the Jeep, doing the tent and the awning and stuff like that if I need it. This thing right here, the Nemo Helio, this is amazing. You fill it up with water and then you pump it up using the pump, and you've got a spray nozzle, which basically just sprays water. So it's nice to have that. There's no water in it right now. It can collapse down this small. Sorry, doing this one-handed. So basically it goes down to that, and it comes with a little case so you can put it all in, and it's a pretty small case. It's about the size of the base, and the pump just flips underneath of it. But I always leave it full of water. It's not right now, obviously, but that works best for me, and it's water that you can take on the trip if you have room for it. If not, you can collapse and get water wherever you're going. The Mr. Heater, the Mr. Heater portable buddy. This thing's great. It makes me a little nervous using it upstairs in the tent, just because I don't want to fall asleep with it running. Yes, it has carbon monoxide detector in it where it's supposed to shut down. If it falls over, it'll shut off. But it's still, I don't know. It's just, yes, it's warm, but I don't know if it's worth the risk or not. But the way that I would like to use this thing is in the awning. So if I decide to sleep in the awning, or if it's too cold to sleep on top of the Jeep, I can sleep in the awning, I can vent the awning, and I would feel comfortable leaving this in the awning on a table or something like that near a window, so it can vent out and it stay warm. So I'm keeping it because of that reason. I think it'd be very, very helpful in the awning. The Coleman stove that I have, grill stove it's called, it's an older version, but I love it. It's dirty from the last trip, so that's one of the things I got to do now is get it cleaned up. But it works great. It's got the grill side, and I've also got the griddle, so that way I can do pancakes and stuff like that on there. And I love pancakes for breakfast, so that works really well there. And it's got the burner on the side for the coffee. There's the kettle there that I use to make the coffee, and a bucket that collapses that you can use for washing dishes and stuff like that. And then another 2.5 gallons of water in there, also empty, so I can get it ready. Through here we got the annex for the ARB Simpson tent, my rooftop tent. I haven't used this thing the last couple of times I went out, and I don't know how often I'll actually use it now. It's a bit of a pain to set up, and I just didn't get that much value out of it because I had the awning. So if I didn't have the awning, maybe that, yes, I would need that. That way one person can sit in there and just be comfortable. But old memory foam, this stuff is ancient. I've used this in other countries as well, just for sleeping on beds that weren't very comfortable when I had to go places I didn't want to go. But anyway, so I basically put that on the bed and made it a lot more comfortable. This is the room for the 2x2 Tough Trek awning tent. So the tent that's on the side of the Jeep, this is the room it drops down from that. I love that room. It's awesome. And you can imagine with the 270 Batwing tent that I have, it's a lot more, it's bigger. it'll fill that bag plus some. So you got to be really smart when you pack that one away. So the 2.2, the 2x2 is a lot easier for me. Just a little like beach mat that I use sometimes. If I do have the annex up, I might put that on the ground just so when I come down to tent in the morning, I can just get on the floor and put my shoes on, whatever. I don't have to worry about wet grass or whatever. The Vango self-inflating mattress, I really don't use that much. I haven't used it in a long time. I used to use that a lot when I used to go motorcycle camping, but with this setup I really haven't needed it. And also it's sitting on top of the this cot. It's one of the high gear cots I got from Go Outdoor. I haven't got a chance to try that yet. Hopefully next weekend I'll give that a shot in the awning, but we'll see. Solar panel, just a cheap solar panel that I got from eBay, I think it was, and it works great. It'll give me between like 5 up to, I think I've had it up to 30 something watts that would bring into the Goal Zero with the adapters that I bought for it. So it plugs straight into the Goal Zero, so I don't have to worry about a solar generator or a solar system, solar power system or whatever it's called. So this works great on its own. Dry storage, I got a Camelback that I use for when I'm doing like long RC treks and stuff like that, remote control car stuff. We'll fill it up with water and I can put some tools in there. And that's one of the big things I do, if you didn't know already, is remote control car stuff, where we'll go out and do events where you have to drive the truck for 12 hours. So it's nice to stay hydrated while you're out there, obviously, especially the places we've done it have been pretty hot historically. But this is just kind of a random box I need to go through and kind of move stuff over. This is the coffee box, so this has all the instant coffee in it, spoons, sugar, or whatever you need, and forks and knives for the just eating, obviously. Little broom from Coleman, I think that is, and then some like tent accessories, and then the dry storage. And in here I keep like just dry food, obviously rice cakes, crackers, stuff like that, soup, all the utensils. And I got a hammock. I'm going to find a place to use this hammock somewhere. And then that's a little mummy blanket, I believe. Scrub brush, obviously, for the dishes. All the dish soaps in here. We got some food mixed in, disinfectant wipes, the propane, lots of stuff in here. So this thing, so that has a lot of purpose. The extension that I have for the ARB tent, I really don't use it a whole lot. I've used it maybe once or twice, and if you find yourself really have to level your Jeep or your car or whatever, one tire is really high in the air, especially on the side of the ladder, this comes in real handy in that sort of situation. The extra bits that go up on top of the tent, you got the rooftop tent. Like I said, without the annex, it's easier to set up. Over here you've got more dry storage. This is for recovery gear. It's for like my siphon hose to get fuel out of the fuel caddy. It's got another burner in here in case the Coleman fails for some reason. So all that, so basically tools type stuff goes in here. Cordless drill with extra battery, and Black Label Society beard oil. Pretty epic, but anyway. Shoehorn because I'm lazy, and then adapter for camping. When you go to a campsite or something and they have these kind of plugs on the site, you can plug in there, then you can plug your extension lead into here, and then extension lead obviously there. My boots in this bag. RC cars are everywhere right now. I've got to do reviews and like wrap ups on all those. I put a cargo net up here. I don't know if this thing's going to focus or not. I put a cargo net up here, just kind of hold jackets and everything. And with the big tire on the back and the fuel caddy, I can't see out of the back window very much anyway, so I'm not real worried about looking behind me. So the night eye is like, I don't even know what this thing's called, but it's really handy. I can hang utensils up there, coffee cups, lights, or whatever I want, so it works out really well. And then unutilized space in a lot of the Jeeps is this side part here. So I end up storing a lot of stuff here. I tie stuff against the roll bars. First aid kit is on the other side, so you can see that there. And then the 30-foot extension lead for the Goal Zero, so I can move around the solar panel different places. And you can see here that I've taken out the 60% seat and left the 40. So the small seat's over there. So if I do have a third passenger, I can always have that. I can have someone sitting there. But I think that's about it, really. I mean, there's a lot, but only other thing I think of is my wellies, which I've left here on the ground. So there's the wellies as well, because you never know. And there you go. And like I said, there's a 2 meter by 2 meter awning up there. But all right. So as I was cleaning up, I realized I didn't talk about the table. So starting to rain a little bit, so let's get through these tables real quick. All right, so they're both high gear tables. This is a double one, that's a single one. This costs a little bit more, but I figured with the extra space, it's worth it. The problem I have though is it'll shift, and then if you push on one side or the other, then one of the legs try to collapse. And obviously, if you're cooking on it or something like that, you don't want that to happen. So it almost benefit from some kind of strut or whatever in there just to keep it apart. Or what I do normally is if I use this is I push it down into the grass a little bit just to kind of support it. But taking down wise, it's a little bit loud, so I'll turn the volume down a little bit, and I'll just show you how to take it down. It's pretty easy. I always get those backwards. There you go, and this all just goes back in the bag. So the single high gear, to be honest, this is my favorite. I really like this one, especially if I'm just using the 2x2 awning. It just doesn't take up as much room, and it's just a lot more sturdy than the double one, I think. But anyway, take this thing down is a lot easier. You just pop these out the side here, and then it just kind of folds up, and they support on the way. Pop out the side there. And it just folds together, back in the bag obviously. Then these just pop off here. Push down the legs, back together like that. And the bag's obviously a lot smaller. I'll get this one bagged up and show you what they both look like. And there you go. There's both of them. There's the double one obviously. Probably 3 foot tall, I don't know. And then this one just over 2 foot, the single one, so you can tell the difference there. But again, I use this most of the time. I've just been leaving this thing at home. But anyway, there you go. All right, so that was just a quick look around. Obviously, nothing crazy. Just want to show you some of the stuff that I use. And I just got to get stuff back in the Jeep. So that's the main reason it's all out right now. It's just to have a look through it and see what I can get rid of. Because I always want to try to get rid of stuff. I try not to add anything unless I take away 2 things. So I got enough stuff when I'm out there. The worst thing is like you want something and you can't find it. So organization needs to be there, and it's something I'm constantly working on, and it's only going to improve. So once I get the whole Jeep the way I want it, then obviously I'll be able to just go straight to stuff, and hopefully maybe drawers or something like that that'll help the cause, but we'll see. But anyway, if you got any questions or comments, post below. I'll get back to you. I'm pretty good about responding to everyone. And also I'll try to get some links put under there where I bought this stuff or where you can find it. Amazon, I'm not an affiliate right now. That's something that I may look into. I'm not real worried about it, to be honest, but I'll just get some links so you can at least find this stuff. And I'll keep you up to date on what goes on with the Goal Zero drama. I love the thing, it works great like I said, but that battery indicator's worrying me because I've got a trip next weekend, and then I'm going to Belgium in a couple weeks as well with all this stuff and a buddy. So I'm hoping this thing sorts itself out. If not, I've got a leisure battery inside the garage that I may end up using, so we'll see how that works out. Anyway, I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Make sure you click like and subscribe, and we'll see you out there.